A mainframe computer, informally called a mainframe or big iron, is a computer used primarily by large organizations for critical applications like bulk data processing for tasks such as census, industry, and consumer statistics, enterprise resource planning, and large scale transaction processing. A mainframe computer is large but not as large as supercomputer and has more processing power than some other classes of computers. Most large scale computer system architectures were established in the 1960s, but they continue to evolve. It's often used as servers. Some had been introduced in the 1960s, but their deployment became more common in the 1970s. So, who uses mainframes? Just about everyone has used a mainframe computer at one point or another. If you ever used an automated teller machine ATM to interact with your bank account, you use the mainframe. Business today rely on the mainframe to perform large-scale transaction processing, support thousands of users, and application program concurrently accessing numerous resources. A mini computer is a type of computer that possesses most of the features and capabilities of a larger computer, but it's smaller in physical size. It fills the space between the mainframe and microcomputer, and is smaller than the former but larger than the latter. It is mainly used as small or mid-range service operating business and scientific applications. However, the use of the term mini computer has diminished and has merged with servers. It may also be called mid-range computer. Mini computers may contain one or more processors, support multiprocessing and tasking, and are generally resilient to high workloads. Although they are smaller than mainframe or supercomputers, main computers are more powerful than personal computers and workstations. It's also used as communication tools in larger systems, acting as portal between the human operator and a larger central computer or processor. The user could run operations such as error checking, boolean, and line buffering through the mini computer and then use the device to make system adjustments to the central computer processor. Personal computer is a small multi-purpose computer whose size, capabilities, and price make it possible for single use. Personal computers are intended to be operated directly by the end user and not by a computer expert. In contrast to small computers, the large and expensive mainframe computers in the late 1970s and 1980s, the term home computer was used. Since the early 1990s, Microsoft operating systems and Intel hardware have dominated much of the PC market, first with the MS-DOS and then with Windows alternative to Microsoft Windows operating system occupy a mandatory share in the industry. This includes Apple's Mac OS and free and open sources Unix-like operating systems such as Linux.
In server computing, desktop or laptop computers called clients are networked server computers that provide the clients with services. Computer processing work is built between these two types of machines. The client is the user point of entry, whereas the server typically processes and stores shared data, serves up web pages, or manages network activities. There is two paths: the software application and the physical computer on which the network software runs. The server could be mainframe, but today server computers typically are more powerful versions of personal computers. In two-tiered client, a client computer is networked to a server with processing split between the two. In multi-tiered client, the work of the entire network is balanced over several different levels of servers, distributing work across a number of smaller, inexpensive machines. Cost much less than many computers or mainframes. An early form of client-server architecture is remote job entry, where the request was run to a job and the response was the output. While formatting the client-server model in the term server 1960 and 1970, computer scientists building ARPANET used the terms server host and user host, and these appear in the early documents RFC5 and REC4. The usage was continued at Xerox PARC in the mid-1970s.
An enterprise system, also known as enterprise resource planning, that is ERP, system is a cross-functional information system that provides organization-wide coordination and integration of the key business processes and helps in planning the resources of an organization. An ERP system is driven by the ERP software suite, a set of integrated software modules, and a common centralized database. The software modules support the basic business processes under different functional areas, and the database stores the data from and feed the data to various applications supporting the internal business activities. An enterprise resource planning, that is ERP system, cooperates with organizations to enhance business management and operations within a centralized database. Agencies incorporate ERD, enterprise resource planning, supply chain management, and customer relationship management system are examples of enterprise system. Processes supported by ERP software include accounts payable, general ledger, cash management, and forecasting, personal administration, payroll, time management, and inventory.
Mobile cloud computing is the combination of cloud computing, mobile computing to bring rich combination resources to mobile users, network operators, as well as cloud computing providers. The ultimate goal of mobile cloud computing is to enable execution of rich mobile applications on a plethora of mobile devices with a rich user experience. Some challenges in the mobile cloud computing landscape: a mixture of mobile computing, cloud computing, and communication networks to augment smartphones creates several complex challenges, such as mobile computation offloading, seamless connectivity, long WAN latency, mobility management, context processing, energy constraint, vendor data lock-in, security, and privacy.